Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about the dismissive avoidant and if they miss you. Thank you for sticking around. If this is your first time viewing me, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button and ringing that little bell so you're notified for the newest content. Before I get into the content, if you want my help personally, reach out to me on my website at www.fruitfulseeds.com and leave me an email no longer than 2 to 3 paragraphs long, no longer than 500 words, as it makes it really difficult to respond to long emails. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the dismissive avoidant and whether or not they miss you. This video is pretty much going to be short and to the point. Does the dismissive avoidant miss you? Yes. But when they miss you, later on. Because in the beginning, they're going to be relieved that they can get their freedom, they can get their independence back, and they get to go and do what they want to do without having to answer any questions to anybody, without having to feel guilty for doing what they want to do. I see too often people bash dismissive avoidance and, kind of make them feel as if they're like these evil villains of people, but they're not. Like, they feel the same way that we feel. They have emotions the same way that we do. They just feel them differently, and they feel them not as intensely as a person that is an anxious preoccupied. What they miss about the relationship is the togetherness and the closeness. They may not miss the relationship in itself because relationships take a lot of work, and they don't like that. They don't like to have to deal with all the negative feelings and emotions that come along with having these really deep conversations all the time. They are people who do feel, and this is coming from lots of dismissive avoidance that I've worked with, and a lot of anxious preoccupied people who have also been able to reattract their dismissive avoidant ex. They do feel, they just don't like the feeling of the vulnerability part of it, because they've had to be so strong for so long that having to show all of their wounds and all of their insecurities to somebody is a very vulnerable and unsafe space for them. I know many people are reluctant to believe that the dismissive avoidant ever cared about them, but I can tell you and I can assure you that they did care for you when they were with you. Those moments where you were together and they were ignoring their cell phones and they were just really there and present with you, they did care for you. It just at some point, something happened that made them deactivate from you. And the thing that gets us hooked, I call them like the free trial version of the relationship, is in the beginning, throughout the first 90 days, throughout the honeymoon phase, whichever one you want to, that can be interchangeable. We fall in love with that person. You fall in love with the trial version, the one that gave you all the benefits and all of the love, all of the potential that you saw in them. And we kind of get hooked on the potential of what that person could be. But you have to understand, this has nothing to do with you. They have been scarred, and even if it wasn't abandonment, it could have been just something that was just formed as a child. And most likely, I would say a high percentage of those people, it was something that happened to them as a child. So this is just their way of functioning. If you're the dismissive avoidant watching this video, listen, I want you to hear this, okay? We do love you and we do care for you, and it's really hard for us to come closer towards you if you shut us out. Not everybody's going to hurt you. Not everybody's going to try to take advantage of you, because I know that you feel like when people are showing you genuine love, you feel like you're being manipulated, but that's not the case. Not all the time. That could happen, and I'm sorry if something happened to you in the past that actually proved that to be false. When you're feeling like you're detaching and you're deactivating from somebody, we really want you to communicate with us and let us know. State specifically what it is you want for us to do instead of just kind of running away, because here's what's going to happen. The more that you run away from that person that's coming towards you, the more they're going to want to chase. So if you're able to just kind of pause, let them know how you're feeling, let them know, hey, I'm feeling this way, please give me some time and give me some space. Then I want you to take it a step further. Don't just say time and space, give them some type of time frame. Hey, give me a couple days, give me a week, give me a couple weeks, give me a couple weeks in order to sort my thoughts out and understand how I'm really feeling about this situation. I'm really getting overwhelmed. That's going to help you out in two ways. One is going to help you out by allowing the other person to have a little bit of clarity on where their future is going, because that's the thing about anxious people. Like, we're anxious about the future. We're not anxious about right now. We're anxious about what's going to happen in the future. That's going to give them a little bit of clarity and kind of something substantial to grasp onto, and actually gives them a little bit of meat to grasp onto when they're feeling like things are spiraling out of control. And two, it's also going to give you the freedom from your anxiety too, so you don't have to feel a certain way when you back away, because you have stated clearly what you needed and what you wanted in order to feel safe and feel comfortable. Just that communication tip alone is going to go a long way as far as kind of helping you heal your style, as well as helping that person become more relieved from their anxiety. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share. Reach out to me on my other social media accounts. Twitter is Coach Court 2, Instagram is I Am Coach Court, and Facebook is I Am Coach Court. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you soon.